Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the farm. Today, I'm going to be working on the electrical. If y'all watched the other videos, you'll see that I've wired up all the breakers thus far, and obviously there's no power to this. There's no power into these. I'll show you the other panel outside. Hindsight, this is my first build, and you know, I know a few things, but I'm learning a lot as I go. This is the back side of the panel right here. Excuse the strap. The strap is only helping to glue that. I originally wanted the wire to come from the pole over there, all the way under the ground, and come up from here and go into the panel. They said no, unless I cut a hole in the concrete, which I was okay with, but the guy suggested, kind of a heavy suggestion, that I should do it the way I did it now. Again, I planned on the panel being here, this sub panel, or this main panel being right there, but things changed. Anyway, he said, I have my ground out here, which I did run my ground through there. He said, you just need to have your panel outside here, which kind of threw everything off. Not what I was planning on. You know, I got the strut, the metal strut stuff to mount it, but then the way the mounting goes, to have it on an actual stud in here, it was not lining up really well. I don't know, call it big rookie mistakes. Anyway, the aesthetic half of it is not going to be there, but the functional half will be. I think that's what counts. I have the pipe run all the way over there to way over there. That was on another video. So that will come into here where I have the cord. That's where the vacuum came in. And then I ran another breaker. This one came with it, had to get this one like that. So this is what ran with it. This is what I ran. These things don't bend. And to find a 200 amp breaker is very difficult to find, by the way. I got this breaker in here and I got it ran. That's what goes up through here, through the piping, over there, and into the office. The problem I have is, for those wise folks who are watching this, you're gonna say, hey, there's only an earth ground right here, but there's no ground coming from either panel. You're right. That is something else I have to do. As I mentioned, the aesthetics half is gonna be junk. I have to run another something coming out here because I couldn't get 3 wires into the 2-inch. Rookie moves, okay? Rookie moves. I apologize. I know I'm wrong. Functional, not pretty. That's what's gonna happen. I'm going to somewhere, and this is what I need to figure out. I almost kind of want it to run inside of here. It's gonna be ran in 3/4 inch conduit. Still working on that. But anyway, that's what I have to run. I gotta run the ground coming from the panel inside over here into this panel, and then it's gonna hook up to in here. I may have to run it all the way down here. We'll see. But I have the block for it. It must be inside. But I had to get a little attachment that you hook into here, which gives you a bigger lug, like that one right there. That's what this looks like. It's not my best work. I had to actually get help to bend that wire. It was very difficult. Very, very difficult to bend that wire, especially in all those curves. So if I could have it my way, and I pondered this, I would have ran this straight up here into this panel and then into the wall, and then ran that straight into the back end of the panel. Now that may have been a little bit more difficult because those sharp curves would be a little rough to do. So again, right outside here is the panel. I would like to have had the wire run through here, up top here, and into here. But again, those are sharp curves. Those are pretty hard to do with that. So, and I may not do it aesthetically correct, but I hope to be doing it correct. I'm trying to do my due diligence to make sure it's gonna be wired up correctly and legally per code and not cause anyone or anything harm here. Now, I did miss the aesthetics part of it. I didn't get that right, but we're going for functionality right now, I suppose. Everything else, I guess, is going to be the aesthetics half of it. Speaking of such, got it repainted again, but I think it's looking really good. I think it looks really, really, really nice. I had corporate down here. She helped me with the painting. Actually, she takes charge of that. I'm not a painter. Of course, time ran out for her as well, so she had to run back and get things done at the house. So anyway, let's get back to this. Here's my panel, obviously. With the addendum that I had to do with the electrical, getting this big stuff put in here, I did have to put a big old hole there. I kind of mentioned this on one of my other videos. I was gonna have to do something. Yeah, I put a big old hole in here, had to go through all of the insulation and all that kind of stuff. You know, I plan on putting some wood behind here and under here to be able to put the other piece back on, and then I'll have to make it pretty around there. Now these have to go into here. All right, these two black ones are gonna go into the main part right here. This one will go here, and then that ground, whenever I get it in, will go right in there to that one. And then this is the common, and these are the main. Now to get this part put in. This wire was actually pretty hard to find as well. I mean, we're far past all that pandemic stuff, and I think stock should be building back up again, but it doesn't seem to be. This is the ox guard that you have to use because you're using different kinds of metals and they'll oxidize. So, and I have a big old tube for just 8 wires. I'm not being cheap with it. Now, to get this thing pushed in here, I left this little curlicue here. For any reason I need to cut this or whatever, at least I have some extra wire instead of having to change the whole thing out. Guess I should say extra cable. Whew. All right, these have these guards so that you don't have exposed surface here. So now I have this next one that I'm gonna be fighting with. All right, so I got this one looped and now I need to cut it. So there's a lot of ways to cut it. Of course, the big wire cutters, which I don't have, whatever, I don't need them. I've seen people use Sawzalls, I've seen people use the cutoff tools. I'm using a grinder. I used it outside, it works great, and I'm gonna keep using it, so that's that. Remember, safety, eye protection. Works pretty good. Next, I'm going to measure and cut the sheath off. I have to say my confidence has really grown working on these things now. I guess the true confidence, step 1 will be, or step 2, this is step 1, learning it, or trying to do it. Step 2 will be inspection. Then my confidence will grow a lot more, and step 3 would be when I flip that switch. Make sure this metal structure doesn't glow and something, you know? Kind of dry fit it there, looks good. Now to ox guard it. There. I feel if you make grunting noises when you're trying to do something, it just goes better, you know? All right, now for this wire. This thing is a booger. It's exciting though. You know, I've seen these wires sitting outside this box for like a month now. And it's nice that they're all gonna be tucked in there nice and neat. I'm almost to the point where I can actually close up the panel. I wanted to get working on closing this up, this part up here, but I think I'm gonna wait till inspection. They'll inspect it pretty fast when I call them. So I've been wanting to get it inspected the last few weeks. I just haven't done it. I was also trying to have all the electricity done everywhere. I'm pretty much done. I have the air conditioner outside that I need to wire. Oh, and like the washer dryer, things like that. But it would be nice to get inspected, and then I can call the electric company and then they'll come and do their part. They're gonna take out some old poles, put in another pole and run everything underground. Another good thing about having that main panel outside like that is, instead of this being my main panel, is that anything else I need to wire up outside, I have the breakers right there. I have the spaces right there in a panel. So, and it's all just outdoor digging to do it instead of cutting through the back of this wall again and trying to wire something into it. So, you know, I think it works out in the end. All right, so now I have all these in, thank the Lord. Now I need to do is figure out where and how I'm gonna run the ground. So I'm gonna figure that out and I'll get back with y'all. Okay, I'm back. Now, I was able to get the ground put in with some manipulation. Started to get the wood lined up for when I put the piece back. I just want the inspector to look at everything and make sure I can put it back, because I'd hate to put it all back together and then him say, I want to see behind there. I got my clamp on. I got the ground in, right in there. Left a little space on it. So outside, I ran the ground almost all the way. I couldn't find the piece I need to attach the ground to this exterior panel. I just did that, but everything is tied up in there. Oh, so I had the, I put the strut pieces in. I have the clamps for it, but they gave me the wrong size when I ordered them. They gave me 2.5 inch, and this is 2-inch pipe. I'll have to swap those out. So I have this propped up, but I'm trying to have it so I don't have tension, because this whole thing wants to sag down, and I think that's what's breaking the glue bond right there. I have that piece up there, right above it, and it's strapped in, because that's a 3/4 inch pipe. So that's strapped in. I'm gonna snug it up after I'm done snugging up this one. So that's it. I went and siliconed all the joints just to make sure that they're gonna stay nice and dry. That's it. That is all. Had a pretty productive time out here this trip. I still didn't finish fixing the pipe over there that broke, but I don't need my irrigation right now, and I have other things I've got to do. So anyway, that's it for now. And I appreciate y'all hanging out and joining me for this. There's gonna be a lot more coming. So again, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.